Hi everyone, I'm making a new video on the crypto market review, and we'll start from the Bitcoin. The Bitcoin, as we've been discussing in my previous videos since the beginning of July breakout, faced resistance at the level that I was expecting the price to react at 123.5 level. So right now the digestion is taking place to me in a quite orderly fashion. So we are in local support already. And as long as price is above 116 with the potential one more downside extension to 114, I think we are very good to stabilize around this area and expect higher targets into coming weeks and maybe August time, pushing the price to 126 and 130 resistance zone. And as I've been discussing in my article here on TradingView about the macro structure of Bitcoin, I do think this level presents a very this 126, 130 up to 135 area actually is a very important resistance zone from price to decide what is going to do next. So there are several scenarios to consider. I may recommend checking this article if you are interested in having my view on the macro, just not to waste your time here in this review, and to go over as much coins as possible that I'm following. So to summarize, as long as we are above 116, above 114 area, I do expect higher targets in coming weeks. Seeing potential some shakeout and recovery action would be perfectly fine. So we already in a very constructive zone, and have a look on this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6, 7 on 6-7 days of closing bars around the same level. If one remembers, I was discussing the same type of structure, but on the XRP on a monthly scale. So we do have a very constructive digestion around all-time highs area. Nothing to be concerned about substantially. I also want to highlight this two patterns that two charts, extra charts that I want to share with you. This is the chart on liquidity and Bitcoin correlation with how much money is in the system. And we see that there is a 3-month lag of Bitcoin catching up to the amount of liquidity injected into the economy worldwide. So that also speaks for potential higher targets in place. And this market value to realized value indicator, that is also quite interesting to observe in terms of how much people are actually in holding Bitcoin, how much investors and traders are in the profit. And once this, so we have quite good room still for this indicator to move higher, reaching this target level of profit taking amount, historical profit taking that actually coincides with midterm peaks of the cycle. So we do have room in terms of liquidity. We do have room in terms of MVRV indicator. And I think structurally speaking, we also have some quite good momentum to be seeing in coming weeks. So let's go over to one, not the second best, even the first one in terms of the level of linearity of the move we're seeing from July breakout. Amazing accumulation without any kind of euphoria volume happening. Well, maybe here at least some profit taking activity on a daily time frame, but on the weekly we are amazingly moving very firmly up, breaking this line of resistance of support, that war resistance, and now is support. This with this structure that I'm seeing right now, it it makes sense basically to to consider and to devise a trading plan around not just the key extension levels, but basically around the key moving averages. This one is 8 EMA, this one is 21 EMA. So basically, I do expect price to be following along with this EMA, potentially maybe taking some time here or maybe higher to digest a bit, to take time for 21 EMA to catch up. And maybe even, I actually, it wouldn't surprise me much if price tries to retest this support area, but I do think we are fine actually basically having some kind of sideways consolidation while 21 is moving higher. And as long as we are above this moving average and above this support zone, I do expect price to be going to 4,300 level and even to the all-time highs level with 5,100 in coming weeks and months. So structurally, the most important thing for price is actually to be able to hold this 3,300 level in terms of stability of this uptrend move. Let's go to XRP, the one who also has quite a move recently in terms of its linearity and accumulation phase that we are seeing right now. Price is basically moved above all-time highs area and is consolidating very nicely, and is actually not even able to go below it. I still do think that we definitely can do that in coming weeks, and maybe even price will just take some time for other key majors, crypto majors, to be catching up to its extension, taking some basic moving into the sideways action, consolidating here around all-time highs areas. And as long as we are above this moving averages, we are a bit extended from the 10-1, but can be extended even more. So as long as we are above this, we do have some kind of margin of error here in terms of the stability of this macro structure. So if we're, as long as we are above this 280, I would prefer even 314 level. I think we are very good to go higher, reaching 4 and the 3, and even extending to the 5 plus 520, even more area, as I've been discussing in my prior videos that I've been following this one since this up move. The one that is good looking here from the majors, crypto majors, Solana. It's a laggard right now, but I do think we have odds for the price to be catching up with XRP and Ethereum and Bitcoin move. It seems to me that as long as we are above 168, we are very fine in terms of the uptrend, and we might expect the price to be moving not exactly into these boxes, but basically I wouldn't be surprised if price just will try to repeat this at times a kind of euphoria move that we saw in Ethereum, and not yet an euphoria, but a very stable uptrend, and XRP. So I like how we look from here, and as long as we above this 168, I think the trend up, the upside momentum is stable. One of my favorite, also risk reward wise over here, is a hype. I've been very vocal about this coin over here due to the linearity of this move that basically indicates the persistent demand from those people and investors that are interested in accumulating this coin, and no much of supply, no more sellers, and price just was holding above this 21 EMA, barely touching 50-day just for 2 days. And while other majors like XRP and I think also Ethereum and Solana were below their 50 days during this time period. So it's actually this coin were exhibiting same kind of strength as Bitcoin did. So this shakeout presented a very good risk-reward opportunity to be aggressive in terms of buying and accumulating, and we have a very stable upside structure over here with price closing in the higher of the ranges. Now we are retesting the EMA, also coinciding with the local support zone. So as long as we are above 42, I do think we have quite some odds that might favor a continuation to the upside. I would prefer price moving above 56, with actually potentially extending up to 60 and 72. And I wouldn't be much surprised if we see an extension to 82. That might actually be some kind of strong resistance zone that might push price into more sideways, prolonged sideways action, or even some kind of deep retest of this support. We'll see how price reacts, especially if Bitcoin moves to the area that we've been discussing in my macro article and also in this video and prior videos. But I do like how we look from here. So let's go over with the other coins that I've been highlighting since the long time. I've been highlighting there actively in the mine section. Basically, in every coin that we are discussing right now, there are some of my mines. So we have here in July 6th, when price was setting up over here, I was expecting the upside momentum as long as we are above key support area. So here it is, the history of my updates. Let's move on. So let's talk first about what I think might be quite a good, decent risk reward right now. So this is Trump coin. I liked it a lot in terms of when it was settling here, setting the base structure in the bottom of the macro support zone. And I think I wrote about it. Let me see. Yeah, I wrote even earlier. So here it is in early July. I highlighted that the price were basically setting up for an upside momentum in coming days, and it was the 7th of July, and we moved from here, and then I highlighted that price was setting up for also a high low formation, as long as we are above this local support zone. So, and here we are very constructively also closing around the same level, indicating that basically there are 1, 2, 3, some kind of buyers over here that want to be positioned into the stock. So, and I think I cannot fully rule out some sort of a shakeout happening maybe early next week, trying to break this 21 EMA, but actually rapidly recovering from here. But I do think that as long as we are above this low, we are very looking stable and looking good to be moving higher into 12, 13 area, and then hopefully retesting, not just retesting, moving to test this 14th and even 16th area coinciding with May highs over here. Also, I like this coin that Fetch AI. It's quite a strong team behind this coin from Google, and I think even from JP Morgan, someone over there. So it has an interesting story, and it seems to be positioning itself in terms of this infrastructure for AI. And I like the structure, the linearity of this move. I like the structure of this pullback and correction. I do like how price basically is accumulating over the support zone. I do like the volume profile. There is a little concern of these two distribution bars, but on a daily, this fine. It's just maybe some kind of algo profit taking. And I also would like to note the macro structure over here. And I really think that as long as we are above this June high, we have high odds of price basically trading right now around historical levels that will not be seen in years to come. And on the macro structure, that is also quite orderly in terms of its adherence with the key principles of support and resistance and uptrend, macro uptrend momentum. I do think there are substantial technical evidence for price to be trying already to be setting up for a macro move into the highs of 24, then building a base with a move that maybe right now sounds shocking, but to 22 and even 60. So let's not just be daydreaming here, but on this tactical level, as long as we are above EMAs, above this high, local highs, I think we do have a good setup for price to be following through into 180, 190, and then breaking the May highs into September 21 all-time highs level around 120, maybe building a more reliable base over there and moving from here. And I want to touch, in my previous videos, I was discussing uni, that war. I actually were discussing it even, I think, let me see, on July 8th, when price were, I think price even was over here. Sorry. Here it is. So on July 8th, when price was just setting up, was building a very tight zone of digestion and with a very orderly structure along the EMAs, and and launch from here, from there, and we have that amazing move, and that's still following through into a next important resistance zone where price might take some rest. But basically, as long as we are above this trending, above this 21 EMA, we are fine. This Brett mem-coin is also acting well and showing some evidence of wanting to go higher. I do think there are odds favoring retest of this May highs in coming sessions and coming weeks. I also want to highlight some. Also the render, a good one. I think 7 days ago on the macro level, I was highlighting that the price potentially is setting up for a macro bottom picture, and I also think I posted somewhere the daily view. It should be somewhere, but the daily also looked very, very interesting, and it is acting perfectly from here. So I wouldn't mind price to be trying to consolidate more over here. If we do, that will present us an opportunity to add to position or even initiate a new ones. I do think in terms of a new positioning over here, it's kind of extended. If you are a swing trader, a day trader, definitely, maybe catching up some more extension to the upside. Also want to talk about, sorry, this is not the one, virtual. I very like the linearity of the move over here. I do like how price pulled back, corrected over here, very orderly in terms of the three-wave correction structure that we want to see after this impulsive looking move up. I do like the history of the price linearity of the move, meaning the character behind the investors, showing basically the character of investors who like to trade this stock, that they can position very actively and very aggressively. I a bit suspicious of this structure of the upside from here, indicating that potentially we are dealing with a leading diagonal, and leading diagonal, they are prone to react very aggressively to the downside once they reach to their targets. Basically, still holding these important lows and forming a high low, but a deep one. So I'm cautious about that. But as long as we are above this 15th July low, I do think we have a potential to move to 233 to retest the May highs and even beyond it. Also want to highlight a very speculative name called Dog Bitcoin. Let me show you the futures chart. I think I do have more structure here. This one we will talk later about it. Just a moment, I'll try to find where it is. Dog, where are you? Here you are. Here. Sorry. Maybe it's over. Okay, let me do this way. Doc USD. Here it is. Okay, sorry for that taking time. I do have some more charting on that, but I like the move today. I like the volume today for Sunday. Well, I still think we might see a bit of more of a shakeout, taking price somewhere to form a high low over here around 1.034, 33 area, and then moving higher, building a base, and moving more into the upside. But I wouldn't mind actually price holding this level around these lows and basically already start from here. It's a very speculative name. There is basically no fundamental value behind it, except that I think the supply of this coin is limited. The way it was originally constructed in the first coins like Bitcoin, well, this is the only thing that I could have that I found about this price, about this coin. But so please be careful with that. But I do think we have we have some potential over here, and quite substantial in case we hold above these lows and move to be above 0.006 and 72 area. We have amazing potential, structurally speaking. So, and also want to bring your attention to this also very speculative coin that is MOG. And as long as we are above 137, I think we are positioned for more of an upside, even to 380 up to 570, and who knows if we can do more. But as long as we are above it, we broke this May high. We are exhibiting a relative strength, right? Because we saw that a lot of coins still have not reached their May highs. We are successfully tested it on decreasing volume, very orderly pullback. That is also very good in terms of the local support. We have quite orderly upside momentum over here. So price is definitely looking good as long as we're above it. So let's see what next week brings us. Let me know if I might be of additional value to you, reviewing some coins that you might be personally looking at, already invested in, wanted to have a structural idea of how the trend looks like. I'll be trying my best to include them in the new review or publishing a reply directly to you. So once again, thank you very much for your attention. I do appreciate English-speaking audience. English is not my main language, so please excuse me for any potential mishandling of the grammar and the pronunciation. Thank you very much. We have a link popping up, and I just let us also have a review on it. It's an amazing uptrend. I was publishing a lot about about the moving link. Yeah, I think I've published it a lot in actually even from April 27, but I do think I have some articles dating back to 2023. Yeah, they made in Russian, but if you are interested in just seeing chart wise how I was monitoring the trend back then, and I do have some new English language made on English with a macro view on it, because I do think we have a very strong evidence for price to be basically um, bottoming on macro level. Sorry, this is a future chart that that I'm trading. I don't have a lot of here, so it's over. Let me see. I think it's here. Yep. So I think macro-wise, there is definitely an idea behind it, because it's also quite fundamentally strong coin to actually have a very long-term view on it and long-term investing thesis on it, because we have a setup for price to be following through and testing May 2021 highs, and even extending beyond it to 60, 80. I know that sounds crazy right now, and I don't want to be, building castles in the sky with that, but I just providing you with my structural assessment of the trend that I'm seeing on a very macro level. And because we do have a tendency for price to be following the macro analysis if it done correctly. So once again, thank you very much for your attention. I wish you a successful week, successful trading. Please be mindful of risk, because it's a very highly volatile space, and even on a intraday and daily, we are very prone to, especially in those names that are already extended, link by the way included into this range of names of coins. We can see some kind of crazy downside move that basically will be eating all the stops, shaking out everyone, and then proceeding higher. So if you have strong conviction and already in the profit, you can freely place, for example, if you positioned over here, you can trim some off, place your stop break even, or even make it following the 21 EMA, and just let it go. Because if we are about to see an euphoria move, and we do have a setup for it in terms of the Bitcoin dominance, just don't want to take your time. There are amazing analysis writing about it also. But if Bitcoin will be losing its dominance from today, and still be losing it into from 60 level that we are about right now to 40 to 50 and 40, we are definitely will be having an euphoria in the alt season, and that is actually a little bit bearish in terms of the macro perspective. And if we about Bitcoin, that could set up this scenario that I'm looking right now, where price will be basically not able to handle this macro resistance level, and basically will be moving into prolonged digestion, hopefully basically making a higher high with this June higher low, sorry, with this June low. Well, But we definitely are into in the immediate term. We are positioned for a hot summer, hot crypto summer. So once again, thank you very much, and have a great Sunday and have a great week.